Hello everyone, I am Dr. Reena Lenka. I am an Assistant Professor HR in Symbiosis Institute of Management Studies. Today we are discussing on the topic HR analytics. Now what is HR analytics? HR analytics is a methodology for creating insights on how investments in human capital assets contribute to the success of four principal outcomes, that is generating revenue, minimizing expenses, mitigating risks, and executing strategic plans. This is done by applying statistical methods to integrate HR, talent management, financial, and operational data, says Collins in an exclusive discussion with HR technologies. Now let us explain regarding the aspects in the workplace where HR analytics and big data can be useful. First, talent acquisition. Second, training and induction. Third, performance review. Fourth, compensation. Fifth, rewards and benefits. Sixth, retention. And seventh, marketing. So let me now explain the first point, that is talent acquisition. Now in HR analytics, how HR analytics can be helpful in talent acquisition is because, like, if you see in organization, many HR person, they are not able to do a justice, they are not getting the right candidate at the right place. This happens because the HR manager doesn't have time to go through each and every CV. Now through data analytics or HR analytics, what we can do is we can see the data and we can actually find out which person would be the right fit. So this way HR analytics can help in talent acquisition where people can get the right person at the right place. Next, I would explain regarding the training and induction. Now through HR analytics, this is also possible because through training what happens, a person becomes much more better and better and better. But the company doesn't know whom to give the perfect training. But through HR analytics, through the data analysis, we can find out that which people are really interested in training and which people would be really getting the training. So through analysis, what happens is we see the right person and we can give the right training, and these people would be becoming much more better. Now third point which I want to explain is performance review. Now how we can do performance review through HR analytics. Now many companies don't follow a proper performance appraisal system. Now through HR analytics what happens is we can know which people have not got the performance analysis done. Through data analysis and HR analytics process, what we can do is we can figure out those people who can go for the analysis and they can go for a performance review. Now the fourth point is compensation. So through compensation what we can do is we can find out which person is good enough for a compensation, and what we can do is we can compare. Through HR analytics it can be compared and seen that which company is giving more compensation, because if employees are getting good compensation, then what would happen is employees would be much more motivated and they would be sticking to the organization. So being an HR person, through HR analytics, we can see the compensation and we can figure out a good compensation for the people. Now the fifth point which I would like to explain is rewards and benefits. Now through rewards and benefits what happens is people are motivated, they get their salary, they get their compensation, and people stick to the organization. This would be also solving the problem of high attrition rate, because through rewards and benefits when people are getting the right package, they are getting the right compensation, they are compensating for the right work, then what happens is they stick to the organization. Now the sixth point which I would be explaining is retention. Now retention is the buzzword, and people, many HR managers are really very thinking about what they should be doing about the retention. Because from COVID what happened is many people are leaving the organization. Now if retention is less, then the organization suffers. But if the retention is more, organization would be gaining because you are not spending more on new recruitment. So through HR analytics, the HR manager can find out which person is good in what, and they can also help in making the person much more better. They can help in motivating the person through compensation, through salary and benefits, and also through rewards. So this would definitely increase the retention process. Now the next one which I would like to explain is marketing. Now through HR analytics we can understand which area we can be targeting, right? So through marketing people, what they can do is they can also understand which product would go well in the market, what steps they would be requiring for the marketing purpose. So through data analysis, this is possible. So these are the various aspects in the workplace where HR analytics and big data can be really useful, and this would be helping the organization to be better and better and better. Now let us discuss regarding the advantages of HR analytics, that is how you would be, why it is important for a HR analytics. Now there are few points which I would like to discuss. First is improved hiring decisions, second is reduced talent scarcity, third is improved hiring process, fourth is good training, fifth is better employee insights, sixth is reduced attrition rate, seventh is improved candidate experience, and seventh is more productive workforce. Now let me explain to you the points one by one. Now the first is improved hiring decision. Now how HR analytics can improve, help in improving hiring decisions. Now through HR analytics we can understand which person can be the good fit. So it helps in the better recruitment process. So because there are so many data are available, then what happens is we have a lot of data and we can check which people we should be hiring. So we can do the analysis and we can get the best person. Now second point is reduced talent scarcity. Now how HR analytics can help in reduced talent scarcity. Now what happens is in an organization, if people are leaving the organization, then there is a reduced talent, and then if HR people are not going for a proper talent management, then there could be a reduced talent. But through HR analytics, since we have so many data, we can go for a proper succession planning where reduced talent scarcity can be overcome. Now, succession planning means we can have people who can be trained up in such a way that they take over the position, maybe the higher position or some other else position when there is a recruitment. So since data are available, HR analytics can help in reduced talent scarcity. Now the third point which I would like to discuss is improved hiring process. Now how improved hiring process can be done is, now what happens when a person is joining an organization, if the hiring process is very long, then the person becomes much more dissatisfied. Like in many BPOs, what happens? They take a longer time to hire. So this creates a lot of problem for the employees or the candidates who are coming. They become much more frustrated and they are no more interested in the organization. Through HR analytics, what happens is we can see and we can provide the necessary process for the people. So this, what happens is the process of hiring becomes less because there would be less recruitment process involved, because we know which person to straight away hire. So this would be creating a lot of, it will make the time much more lesser, and this would be improving the hiring process. Now if the hiring process is better, then people become much more motivated. Now the next point which I would be discussing is good training. Now how HR analytics can help is through HR analytics and data analysis. What happens, we can understand how much frequency we can go for a training and what is the impact on the people. Now in many companies it is a process that they would be giving training throughout the year, but sometimes what happens, it is not useful, because if you are taking the training again and again, then people become much more demotivated. They don't want to go for it. There is no interest. But through HR analytics, data analysis, we can see which people have already taken the training and which are really wanted the training, and what is the result from the pre-training and the post-training. Depending on that, what happens is we can get those people who can take the training. Now, the next portion or next point is better employee insights. Now, how you can improve the better employee insights through HR analytics is like people can understand how much salary they can get, how much compensation benefit they can get, which career they can make. So, all these things is possible through the data analysis of HR analytics. Even they can understand their performance, they also can understand their future plans. So, this way employee insights is also improved. Now, the next point which I would like to discuss is reduced attrition rate. Now, how attrition rate can be reduced is generally what happens is the attrition rate is high because people are not satisfied. Now, the satisfaction level depends on few parameters like salary, compensation, training, and there is no career growth. So, all these things leads to attrition rate. Even attrition rate is also dependent on performance appraisal as well. Now, if there is no promotion, if people are not given their right salary or right position, they are not happy. So, they would definitely leave the organization. Even attrition can depend on the work culture, attrition can also depend on their work-life balance. So, through HR analytics and data analysis, what we can do is we can find out the reason for the attrition, and if that is overcome by the HR person, then attrition rate also gets reduced. Now, the next part what I would be want to discuss is improved candidate experience. Now, how you can do that through HR analytics is through improved candidate experience can be done if the person before hiring can get know about the organization, can get the proper training, can be trained up, and the interview process is less and it is a reduced one. So, in this way candidate experience also helps, and at the same time what we can do is through data analysis we can have a fair idea regarding what the person is, what is the experience of the person, what are the kind of things which the person wants or is happy with. In that way, HR analytics can help in improving the candidate experience. The last point what I would be like to discuss is more productive workforce. Now, how can a workforce be more productive through HR analytics is like when we know which person is good in what, because this can be only done through data analysis where we can understand the weakness and strength of the person, we can understand what are the interest area of the person, we can understand how much training that person requires. Through this what we can do is we can go for a more productive workplace. So, in this way HR analytics is really a boon for the organization and they can help in bettering the organization's performance. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Please stay tuned for more such videos to come.